Hey everybody, welcome back to some Mario at 10 a.m. 10 a.m. Pacific time, at least. So you might be watching this, I don't know, in the year 2200. Maybe there is no 10 a.m. anymore. I don't know what's going on in the world today, okay? But I know today, this morning, I'm going to play some Mario Maker. So I got bodied by chat's course, I'm willing to admit. But today, we're just looking at Top Courses Weekly Super Expert. This is SBW21 Okerville River. It does say thanks to Dan G in the description. I don't know if that's our Dan G, but if he can beat it, I can beat it. Let's put it that way. 2% clear rate. Okay, I understand what you want from me here. We're going to be jumping on Roly Polies, which is actually like one of the more recent Checkpoint League levels. Had this... Ooh, you conveyor belt son of a gun. Had this exact same mechanic. So to be honest with you, I think we possess the necessary tools to get this done. Okay. Ooh, okie dokie. This, I mean, I'm willing to admit I've become kind of a Mario Maker snob. In the sense that, like, a 2% clear rate level. When I look at 2% clear rate, I say to myself, like, this is... I'm so dumb. I did the same thing again. I don't want to say a walk in the park, because I don't think that's right. But, and depending on the, like, if it's 2D, 3D Mario, like Super Mario Land, or Super Mario 3D Land, I should say, or New Super Mario Brothers, I would probably be a little bit more concerned. But a 16-bit Super Mario World level, I mean, this is... It's in my wheelhouse, let's put it that way. Oh, interesting. So we all... How dare you? How dare you? So tilted by the death, you kind of turned me into... Not Scottish, but like Mike Myers' impression of a Scottish person. English colonel telling me to lose weight. I ain't a baby. Anyway, that's... If you haven't seen Austin Powers 2, would I recommend it? Sure, why not? You son of a gun. You son of a gun. We were making great progress there. How dare you? How dare you throw something like that at me? Look, Austin Powers... You know, if you watched... I talk way too much about the Austin Powers franchise. For somebody who actually... I mean, I really like the first one. I think the first one... is one of the classic 90s comedies. That one was just going nowhere. The second one I've seen 100 times probably. I think it's okay. Goldmember I actually find so bad and desperate to be borderline offensive. I hope that doesn't ruffle any feathers. I normally don't like to get too political, but I'm willing to go ahead and say it. I think that Goldmember... by far the worst Austin Powers movie. Not nearly as bad as Mike Myers' work on The Love Guru, which is... Oh, let's go. Honestly, just insulting, but... You know, it... Oh, what do you want from me? But if you haven't seen The Love Guru... Let me put it this way. Would not recommend. Whoop. There is a point in that movie. The whole thing is like a weird combination of like relationship guru plus Toronto Maple Leafs focused ice hockey. There is a point in that movie where Vern Troyer, well, that's not gonna work. I bet we have to. I think I got that figured out. Believe it or not, there's a point in that movie where Vern Troyer gets hit and gets scored into the net of the opposing team, and they count it as a goal. And if I remember correctly, they play the sound of like bowling pins getting knocked over. Just bizarre. Let's put it that way. So I think I got this next step figured out, to be honest. I think I got this next step figured out. I think it looks like using the spiny to bounce on, because otherwise, like, I just literally think Oh, I don't know. Maybe if we slow ourselves down, we can actually just make that work. Maybe we... Because I thought we would have to get the Spiny to fall, and then bounce on the Spiny once to give us time to spin jump on the Thwomp. I mean, that to me, that still seems like the reason the Spiny is there. And maybe we can cheat the system. Oh, you son of a gun. You son of a gun. The worst part is, I should have seen it coming. I should have seen it coming the whole time. How dare you? Okay. I mean, this level, hard, but after yesterday's level, I think you gotta do no bounce, then big bounce on that middle thwomp. After yesterday's level, like, I'm willing to cut it a lot of slack. Oh, that was just normal bounce, or rather high bounce, but that's okay. We're making it. We're making it happen here. Again, I don't... Oh, why would you... Okay, that actually worked. You can spin jump there. You can just walk over it. I'm gonna tell you. I was just gonna say, something about that, I didn't feel confident. I didn't feel confident going in. Confidence is, you know, it's a mercurial substance, right? Sometimes you can summon confidence from nowhere, and sometimes you can be in what appears to be an ocean of it and not get wet. We gotta find a way to... You know, I think that skill will always trump confidence in a merit-based competition such as Mario Maker. That one hurt. That one, I'm not gonna lie, it hurt me a little bit. But a potent cocktail of skill and confidence. I mean, that's a very groovy combination, baby. That's what Austin Powers says in the first movie. Not about skills and confidence, but rather about freedom and responsibility. It's a very groovy combination, baby. Face it, Powers. Freedom failed. Freedom didn't fail, baby. I forget the whole soliloquy. One of history's great soliloquies. Hamlet, Al Pacino in Any Given Sunday, Idris Elba in Pacific Rim, and of course, Mike Myers as Austin Powers in Austin Powers. Oh, you didn't do the thing. You didn't hit the switch. I will admit, I thought after that thwomp there would be a checkpoint. That's because I'm a spoiled little baby who thinks when you conquer one obstacle, you should get a checkpoint. I don't want to have to get good. I just want to beat it by accident. Who could have possibly predicted that series of events? This is unforeseeable. Much like the twist in M. Night Shyamalan's The Village. Sorry, I had to think back to a movie that... I mean, I'll tell you, I think there is a statute of limitations on spoilers. It comes up now and then. I don't think you should mean-spiritedly spoil media properties for no reason. However, if in conversation it comes up, I don't think you can get mad if a movie is... Oh, let me tell you something. I mean, unequivocally, I feel like if a movie has been out for 5 years, you cannot get mad if somebody spoils it for you non-maliciously. If you have not taken the opportunity to see a movie in 5 years, that's fine. Nobody's saying you should see every movie within 5 years of its release. That's just unfathomable. I still haven't seen Chinatown, and it came out in 1972. But I'll get around to it one day, maybe. But the flip side is, you can't get mad. It's just like, you know, if you really cared that much about knowing that, you know, the ether was inside of Jane Foster's body in Thor 2, you would have seen Thor 2 by now, okay? You don't need, like, how can you get mad over spoilers? You don't even know what the ether is if you haven't seen the movie. This is a devilish obstacle. We're gonna make it over. I will say there is a radio station in Vancouver. They used to have, their whole thing, look, I hate it because I think they play, out of all the major radio stations in our city, they play what I would consider to be the best selection of music, but their vibe is also like, We're not like those other radio stations. We're edgy, even though we have ads for all the major telecoms and stuff like that. And like, here's a Disney ad, but like their whole thing was like, you know, we got a bit of an edge because we got a chip on our shoulder that grunge went away, and we weren't quite at Seattle's level. I mean, we got like a pretty good music scene, but we didn't have our own Nirvana or anything. So like the whole vibe of it was around that, and they used to have a segment where they would just be like, spoiler warning, and like making fun of people who cared, and then they would just be like, you know, they would just list off a bunch of spoilers for movies, and I'm like, it just makes you sound 10 years old, in my opinion. When you're like, oh, people got mad at us for a thing, let's spin it into a really mean-spirited joke. Okay, we've made it back. We should not have gone so fast. Oh, God. That was close. Please tell. Okay, let's go. Let's go. This is just my 2 cents, I suppose. But yeah, I mean, I even think like 2 years is like a movie that came out in 2018. Again, I don't think you should spoil things willy-nilly just to be a jerk. However, I also do think you can't get mad. Like, if someone's gonna spoil Lady Bird, they're like, oh, I really like that part in Lady Bird where, like, this happens. You know? I haven't seen Lady Bird, but at the same time, you think if I was gonna make it a priority, it probably would have happened by now. We all gotta get along here, is what I'm trying to say. Okay? I like this. Oh, I thought maybe you would give me one more Roly Poly. I wish I could make a K-pop reference. I don't remember. What group? I almost called them a band. That's not what you say. They're a group. What group sings Roly Poly? You know it, come on. Is it Shiny? Okay, good work, good work. Now remember, you gotta do a big... That time I thought there were only 2. That time I thought there were only 2. You can spoil it for me. I mean, the song came out 2 years ago, right? Okay, I just fell. I just fell into the grape jelly. What is this stuff anyway? Like in the world of Mario lore, what is this Magenta Slurry? Is this Bowser's goo? Is it acid? I don't know. Acid, I normally equate media acid as having a bit more of a light hue, if that makes sense. Instead, like, dark stuff is like, you know, I guess now that I think about it, at the start of Tim Burton's Batman film, Jack Nicholson does, star of Chinatown, yes, does fall into a vat of, like, bubbling amber liquid. So I suppose magenta's not that far off. I don't know, maybe it's just rain. Maybe it just rains pink in the world of the Mushroom Kingdom. Okay. That's like, we should not struggle with that. I'm a little embarrassed. Now this part, I think being slow actually benefit. Oh no! You got hit by the little ledge on the ceiling? That's so embarrassing for you. I'm picturing, like, you know that meme image where it's like a table full of college girls sitting there and they're all looking at the person taking the photo with, like, scorn on their face? Or laughing? He did the jump wrong. Oh, greedy and speedy. He doesn't even know how to make the jump. Okay. That's impatience. Patience is not my strong suit in Mario Maker. I like to go fast, and it's a foible. On levels where going fast benefits you, I tend to perhaps even overperform dare I suggest, whilst tooting my own horn. No, 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 no. Okay, we're not. You gotta get that thwomp has to be escorted the whole way. I'll level with you. I'm not upset at an escort mission, but you basically did it again. I'm not upset at an escort mission, but it's not my strong suit in the world of Mario Maker. What is my strong suit? Throwing shells mid-air, not necessarily shell jumping, but throwing shells mid-air, and also getting, go on levels where you have to full sprint and full send. Those are like my sight read city. As long as they have good indicators on them. Oh, what you just did a little spin jump in place there. Would not recommend. It's just nonsensical, to be quite frank with you. I mean, honestly, I think we should have beaten this level. Don't look at me like that. We should have beaten this level. Basically, we should have beaten up to this point within like 7 or 8 minutes, in my opinion. If you take out all of the deaths that... Like, you know, there's good deaths and bad deaths. Just like in Dark Souls. A bad death is a death where you, like... You died to an obvious obstacle that doesn't really require skill to get past anymore. Like, dying to this obstacle is what it is. Oh, like I said, it is what it is. But dying to the... Like, just falling because we were impatient is not unacceptable. I mean, we are watching a man play video games. Clearly, our bounds for what's culturally acceptable has changed a lot since I was a kid. Okay. You know, in the 90s, if you saw someone watching somebody else playing a video game, you would be like, why are you watching someone play a video game? Shouldn't you be smoking cigarettes right now? Do it! Okay. We're free, boys. Good work. Great work! He's hitting the POW block. I don't know what's happening after that. Oh, and 3 1-ups. Yoo-hoo! Okay, 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 okay. Oh, okay. Oh! I wish it did the wow. Okay, here's the thing. Yes, I like it, but also start me over. I really feel like we got the capabilities within us here to get a 1 attempt clear. I'm not saying it's going to be easy, and this is not really a fun level to do this on. It's a fun level in general, but it's not a fun level to try to go deathless just because it's so freaking long, dude. But you always got to give it a shot. Maybe not much more than 1 shot, but you always got to give it a shot. Okay, you know what? We'll try from checkpoint 2 just to see how much we locked in the cerebral cortex. Okay. And then... Oop. Okay, this part. Oh my god. We never should have rushed it. But here we are. Dude, pretty good to get back to the part where we were just at. Then lock this part in. I'll tell you, once I get something, like on the whole level standpoint, my consistency tends to be pretty good. I honestly think part of it is like actively preloading into your brain what you gotta do. So like when I'm talking and I get distracted, obviously I do a little bit worse. I think it's very natural. When you think about it for a second and you're like, okay, now we're gonna do a spin jump and then we're gonna do a big spin jump. I gotta try one more here. Yes, we were 1 jump away, but we weren't on 0 there. We were on 1 death anyway. Is the world record assailable for us? Probably not. We're a good Mario player. Maybe even a great Mario player at this point in our lives. But we do lack, I think, the tools in the toolbox necessary to get world records on highly competitive levels. I'm just gonna say it. I don't care who knows it. I'm also like, now that I think about it, I'm like, did we die 50 times on that level? My goal is to always like improve the clear rate. Do you think we improved the clear rate on this level or made it worse? We must have improved it. There's no way we died 50 times in 17 minutes. We might have died 35 times. Oh. But I think just a little bit of focus is all you need here. This jump's a little touchy. We had good tolerance on that one. Oh, the slippery shoes of Luigi have gotten us again. So at this point, I'm just going to tell you, we're not doing another level in this episode. We'll come back in the next episode with a new level. And at some point, we'll be playing a new series as well. Maybe for like a few days or a week, we're going to be playing some Mario Maker in like a little bit of a holding pattern. Here's how I'd choose to think of it. Sometimes you go to a restaurant, they go, we don't have any tables. Would you like to wait at the bar for a minute? If you were going into the restaurant for a drink and appetizers, you're like, I guess that'll be fine. Wink, wink. You know, you're stoked. I hope that as you wait for the next main course, you enjoy our truncated bar menu full of deep-fried Poggzarella sticks, buffalo pog wings. No! Okay, we did it. Nothing to yell about. And, a pog salad with Luigi's own dressing. Why, like, I just don't know why you would do this thing that you did last time if you were trying to get this done. So here's my thinking. We got one more world record attempt in us. We're gonna talk about this preloading the obstacle hypothesis. We're gonna spin on the Goldmember. We're gonna bounce twice. 3 times, actually. Okay, let's not get hyper specific. We're gonna jump on this mid-air, and then 2 bounces, and a big bounce, and then another big bounce. Then we're gonna big bounce, and we're gonna do a big bounce. Okay, then we're gonna wait for this guy to get to the middle, and we're gonna bounce on this guy for a bit. Big. Big and over, and then this is spicy. Oh, I gotta give you one more. Because it's just, I'm sorry, I'm blurry right now. You can't even see what I'm saying. Here, give it a little tippy tap for luck. Good stuff, okay. Maybe preloading the obstacles makes no sense whatsoever. Yeah, and okay, and here we go. I like this level. Credit to Dan G, who's not the level creator, but perhaps worked on the testing. Now that I think about it, Dan G is definitely not Dan Giesling, because I believe Dan Giesling's Nintendo ID has a $sign in it, which is just beautiful. Okay, good work, good work. Again, I wouldn't talk about a world record. Not yet, anyway. Because we're almost, I don't know if we're 60 seconds in, because I feel like the timer ticks. Maybe it is 1 second per tick. I was just gonna say, literally what I was gonna say in my head is, it doesn't matter if it's a win as long as it's a good try. And I think that was a good try. So, Buffalin's level, Okerville River, highly recommended. A good level. A reasonable amount of difficulty and a lot of fun. For now, I'm gonna assume you liked the episode. You watched all 24 minutes and 4 seconds up to this. Why do I always burp at the end of the episode? It's some psychosomatic nonsense. If you watched all 24 minutes and 13 seconds, I'm going to assume you enjoyed the video. If you did, the single best thing you can do to support my channel, and I'm going to ask you to do it, is click the like button. It's free. It sends a message to YouTube. Spread this beautiful content around to more people. More people will click on it because of the amazing thumbnails. They'll come in here and be like, hey, this guy, first I thought this 50-year-old guy was kind of bad, but now I realize at least he's funny. And before you know it, 2 years from now, they're sunk into the community. They burrow deep within it. So please click the like button if you enjoyed the episode. Subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching. I'll be in the comments, and I'll see you tomorrow. See ya!